This is Tom Crandall from the Phoenix Rescue Mission, and Tom has became a dear friend of mine, and I just really feel like it was important that you guys hear Tom's testimony today, and man, the awesome work that the Rescue Mission does and Tom's a part of is just something to behold. Anyway, here's Tom.
Yeah, thank you, Danny. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to glorify you, Lord, and to exalt my God. I was lost, now I'm found. Spent many years stuck in addiction. Since I was a kid, I was addicted. I was an alcoholic in my mid-teens. By the time I was 19 years old, I had 3 juvenile felonies. I had totaled 2 cars. I got my girlfriend pregnant, and I got my first DUI, the first of 5. And in a nutshell, I spent the next 24 years in and out of treatment programs, 7 treatment programs in 4 states, 24 years in and out of 12-step, AA, NA, CA, CMA, that kind of thing. And I was willing to temporarily surrender my addiction, but I didn't know that I needed to surrender my lust and my pride and my greed. It was these things that were tripping me up. You know, at the end of an AA meeting, we would circle up, we would say the Lord's Prayer. But how can you have a Lord's Prayer without a Lord? In the end, I was on the street. IV meth user, alcoholic, living on the street with a prostitute, selling stolen stuff, stealing stuff, constantly being incarcerated, arrested. From June of 2012 to May of 2013, I was incarcerated 6 times. 3 for theft, once for domestic violence assault, once for felony drug possession, and then the last time I got a DUI in a stolen car. And I was broken and empty and lost, spiritually tormented. And I was at the jail just down the street here, down at Durango. I spent a lot of time at the tent in Durango. And up until that time, I was a blasphemer. I didn't want to hear about Jesus. I didn't want anybody to tell me what to do. I reached a point where I was at the end of myself. And sitting in jail, I read a book that talked about Galatians 5. It talked about desires of the flesh. And when I read that, it was like looking into a mirror. I knew that that was the Word of God right at that moment. And it hit me like a lightning bolt. My heart was laid bare before God and everybody. I could see how I offended the Lord. I could see how my sin caused destruction for so many people and myself. You see, the problem was, as a child, I formed false beliefs that I was unlovable, undesirable, and defective. I didn't know the love of God, not as He intended to. And I became really rebellious and acted out. I was always striving and toiling to make myself approved, to get mine. And finally, in that jail cell, God came into my life. I was in His presence. I was filled with godly sorrow. I was crying nonstop for days. Then something amazing happened. This peace just washed over my soul. The peace I always looked for in things, in relationships. God revealed Himself to me. I started to go to all the Christian services in Durango. I didn't ask Jesus into my heart. I begged Him to be the Lord of my life. While I was in jail, people recommended I come to Phoenix Rescue Mission. When I finally got here, I met Chaplain Gabe, who taught the first couple months of the program, and he was speaking truth and love into my life. And scriptures began to cut into those false beliefs. Like Psalms 27:10, it says, if your mother or father should ever abandon you, I will be here to welcome and comfort you. Hebrews 13:5 says, I will never fail you nor forsake you. Romans 8, there is nothing that can separate us from the love of God. And I didn't just experience these scriptures in my mind, but in my heart. We have a perfect Father in heaven. A perfect love casts out fear. He set me free. And now I live to to share him with others. Thank you for this chance to glorify our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. God bless you.